So, Srikant, to start the interview, we need to go through your like introduction. Okay, so please provide a brief introduction about yourself, like your educational background and your SAP journey.
Oh, yes, sir, yes, sir. Sir, my strength is I am a fast learner and easy to adapt bad situation. And my short-term goal is to get job for reputed company. And long-term goal is to achieve a very good position in MNC company where build my career as well as my knowledge. And my IT skill is I am a global certified candidate in SAP for HANA sourcing and procurement. And my key point is to create an all enterprise structure, master data, special procurement, tables, and movement like it's all about me. Thank you, sir.
Mhm. Okay. Uh, so Srikant, you have mentioned you have a good experience or good knowledge in organization structure. So what is the difference between the organization like SAP organization structure and overall difference between the SAP organization structure and overall SAP organization structure?
In SAP organization structure means there are just like a purchasing organization in SAPMM, purchasing group, company of plant storage location in SAP. But order is to create a company code with that difference.
Hmm, okay, okay. So, what is the significance of this plant? So, why we are creating a plant? Directly, we can create a company code, and inside that we can have storage location. But what is the significance of this plant?
Sir, basically plant is assigned by the company code. First we are creating company code. After that, company code is assigned by plant. Without company code, plant is not directly material go to the plant. First, we can store the material. After that, we go from plant. That's why it is plant is important.
Hmm, okay. So, what are the types of purchasing organization are there in SAP?
Purchasing organization. There are different types of purchasing organizations. Purchasing team, sales, marketings, stores, uh, different types of store in the company or store the material, that type of
Storing the
types of
material,
purchasing.
is it coming under a purchase organization?
It is under the plant side, store in the company.
Hmm. So, I was asking, what are the types of purchasing organization? Do you know what is the purchasing organization and how we assign it to the plant or company code or anywhere?
Yes, sir.
Tell me.
Sir, first of all, we are creating company.
Hmm.
After that, we are to we are after that we are create a company code.
Hmm.
Then company is assigned by the company code. After that, we are creating plant. Then company code is assigned by the plant. After that, we are creating purchasing organization, and purchasing organization is assigned by the plant as well as company. Plant as well as company.
So we can assign to both plant and company code the same purchasing organization.
Yes, sir. No, we are different, sir. Different
Okay.
scenarios, sir.
Hmm.
Yes, sir.
Hmm. So what is the top organization structure for SAPMM?
SCPMF, sir. Purchasing organization.
Hmm.
Uh, purchasing purchasing organization. Purchasing organization.
Hmm. Hmm.
Uh,
So I need to create a PO for a specific plant. Okay, let's say this scenario. So I need to create a purchase order for a plant. So what is the basic criteria for that in the view of
plant.
purchasing organization? Let's say what kind of purchase organization we need to create a purchase order for a plant.
That type purchase organization is assigned by the plant, sir. And we can specify vendor is used, sir.
Okay, great. So do you know what kind of purchase organization is that? What we have assigned to the plant?
Sir, one purchasing organization we assign the different type, how different types of plans,
Hmm.
and but different plant has not assigned by the different purchasing organization.
Okay. So you have also mentioned that the material master data also you have no some configuration, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So do you know what is the material type and what is the significance of material type? Why we create the material type in SAP?
Find out the which type of material we have purchased. Without material type, we do not know that which type of material to procure, just like a raw material, finished material, or semi-finished material. It is a description to find out the material.
Hmm. Eh,
That's why we have to find out the material type.
hmm. Okay. So do you know what are the control function of material type?
Control the number range
Hmm.
as well as material fields.
What is the need of a source list in a business process? Why do we need a source list?
Source is basically used to the vendor for specific period of time. That time we can only those vendor we are used after we are create the source list, and it's our block the vendor for specific period of time.
Sorry, not able to get it. Your voice is breaking.
Uh, Hello.
Yeah.
A source list is basically used for fix or block the vendor for specific period of time by using the decode ME01, and source list is maintained only the plant level, and that's it, sir.
Hmm. So why do we need a quota arrangement?
Arrangement is basically used for example, you can purchase the material from different vendor, but only we use one vendor to maximum material to purchase. For example, you can purchase the material for lots of vendor, but only one vendor to give maximum material, because sometimes the vendor gives some issue to do not take a material, that time your production is not stop. That's why we are creating for quota.
Hmm. So you have mentioned like configuration of document type and number ranges for PR and PO. You have created that one also, right?
Yes, sir.
Hmm. So so let's say the number range you have defined in the development server. So how you can going to transfer it to the production server or quality server?
Quality to production. Sir, first of all, transfer posting, sir. We are using for transfer posting to uh, production to quality, but number range
Production
is assigned.
production to quality transfer posting. What is that?
Miss, miss quality production, sir. Miss after that, development is completed.
Hmm.
The service is done. After that, we do the quality. We checking the all things are correct or not. After that, we can do for production to produce the material.
Hmm. No, but my question is how you can transport that request from quality to production.
Quality to production. Sir, by raising the decode for SSC1, it release the TR uh, for quality to production.
SSC1.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So do you know there is a T code for SE10 or SE9, what is the T code?
SC9,
SE09 or SE10?
SC0, SC01 to create the TR. I know this.
Mm-hmm.
SE01 to create TR,
I'm
sir.
not asking
Yes,
about 01, I'm asking about 09 and 10.
I know. I don't know.
Okay, okay, no issues. Okay. So can you explain the process for subcontracting?
The subcontracting process, we are sending the material for raw input material is sent to the subcontractor. After the subcontractor do the process and he will send to us. This is subcontract process. But in details, first of all, we are to creating material master in MRP2 view to select the subcontracting. After that, we are to creating info vendor. After that, we are to creating info record by the combination of material and vendor and using the item category L. After that, we are to creating PR. In PR, we are to put the components which is sent to the subcontractor, and we are sending the subcontractor by using the movement type 541. After that, vendor subcontractor do the process and he will send to the us. After GRN, 101 movement type is take place. At that time, 543 movement type is also take place by consumption of material. This is a subcontracting process.
Hmm. So how do you know what material needs to be provided for to create one semi-finished or a finished product?
As per your requirement, if you have a finished product, that time you can provide the semi-finished material and sub-component to do the process to material get finished.
How do you
That
know
material
that's
gets sent to the subcontractor.
how do you get that sub component or that raw material for the finished product? How do you know it?
Sir, your business requirements.
Hmm.
Yes, I know that this material get processed. After that, it get finished. After
Hmm.
that, we can sell.
Hmm.
Yes.
Okay. So let's say in your business process, let's say in subcontracting process, you have provided the material and you have received the finished product. After that, let's say some extra material, let's say some scrap material or some byproduct is generating with that subcontracting process. So how you can handle that scrapping material?
So, in scrapping material, there are different movement types used, just like a 551 to consumption of scrap materials.
Sorry, what is the movement type?
551, sir. Scrapping material.
Yes. Mm. Okay. Okay. So do you know the consignment process also?
Consignment process, yes, sir. So
Hmm.
consignment process is a vendor provide your material, but it is not a vendor provide your material and you are stored your premises, but
Hmm.
vendor is not a legal ownership for that material.
Hmm.
After that, means first of all, we are to creating material by using the consignment by MRP2 view special procurement. After that, we are to creating vendor info record by using the item category K. After that, we are creating PO directly or PR or PO. First of all, we are to creating PR by using the item category K, put the material, all the things, and after that we are creating PO
Hmm.
by using the by using with reference to PR. After we are to creating good receipt by using moment type 101K, but it is not evaluated material because accounting it is not added. That time we can
Hmm.
using the moment type transfer posting means vendor stock to our stock. That time we can using the moment type 5 411K.
Hmm.
That time we can Using after that, you can settlement for vendor for that material. After that,
So you have also mentioned that physical inventory process, right? So in physical inventory process, let's say you are having a difference, let's say higher or different lower difference is there, right? Whatever the system stock is there, the physical stock is lower or higher. Let's say, let's take an example. Let's say you have find 10 stock in the system, and in the physical storage location you have find that there is a actual quantity is 9. Okay, so how you can post that difference, with which moment type you can post that?
so that time we can use the difference decode by using MI07 to how many difference of physical quantity as well as the system stock system quantity. But the physical quantity is the real quantity. You can manage for uh, uh, system quantity to physical quantity by using moment type 701.
Hmm. Is it MI07?
Yes, a difference posted. So yes.
So there is a, like, whenever you are doing a invoice verification, there will be a check based on your process flow, right?
Yes, sir.
So there is a concept called two-way check and there is a concept called three-way check. Do you know what is the difference between that?
Yes, sir. Three-way means the after GRN, price and material quantity are checked. As we can compare the good receipt and PO means PO quantity is same for GRN and GRN quantity is same for invoice verification. All the things are correct. That time we are using for three-way and two-way after GRN. Put the compare the quantity for PO. Both are same. That time we can use for two-way checks.
Hmm. Okay. So do you know what is the table for like info record condition where we where the data is getting stored for that conditions?
Info record.
Sorry.
INN info record, sir.
Hmm.
In info record, uh, IN E. One I so remember. I don't remember this.
Okay, no issues. So you also mentioned that release strategy also you have mentioned, right? So in release strategy, there are some configuration that are manual transport or no transport are there, and there are some settings are there which are automatic transport are there. So can you just let me know what are the setting that we need to do the configuration in all the systems? Let's say it is a non-transportable configurations.
So no, so I don't know. I just uh, create for all the things character class release group and that's only not information about that.
Hmm. So you have not configured the release strategy, right? You have only configured the characteristic classes and all the things, right? So in automatic account determination, do you know what is a OBYCT code?
I see.
Sorry.
Yes sir, yes sir. Okay, I see.
Yeah, why we need that OBYC settings?
OBOIC setting basically it is used for GL accounting transition keys.
Hmm.
Means all the settings are there for example transition keys, PSX, WRX, GBB, which is directly assigned by the GL account.
Hmm.
That's why it is very important, sir. Without OBIC setting, accounting entry is not posted.
Okay, Srikant, then that's it for the interview. Okay, so we will have a analysis now. We will have analysis. Okay, let's start with that. So start coming. So first there is a suggestion. Okay, so whenever you are going for a real interview or any kind of interview, first check your internet bandwidth. Okay, and means your voice needs to be clear and your let's say network needs to be stable. Okay, so check
Yes.
that. Check that. Second thing, like find a place which is which is quiet. Okay, Okay, so that is the first thing. Take a quiet and calm and quiet place where there is no disturbance, no distractions are there. Okay, just find it and start your interview from that location. Okay, so coming to your subjective part.
Yes, sir.
So some of the, let's say, some of the fields you are strong, you know all the process and you are confident, you are answering to the point. And some of the point that I believe you are not strong, you have to be little bit strong on that point. Okay, let's see. So starting with your organization enterprise structure, organization structure. Okay, so whenever someone is asking you a question, be precise to that question and answer to the point. Okay, so if
Okay,
someone is asking you, let's say, what is the organization structure in SAP and SAP MM? So SAP overall organization structure, if we see, it will start with your company code. Because company has not that significance, it is only for assigning the company code. That's okay, not a problem. But starting with company code, then plant, then we will have storage location. That is the organization structure of SAP. If we see the overall organization structure, if we see the enterprise structure for SAP MM, it will start with purchase organization, then plant, then storage location. That's it. Okay. This is the basic difference. If someone is asking you, be precise, what is the difference? Second thing, what are the purchasing organization? So whenever someone is asking you about the purchasing organization, be specific, be precise to the purchasing organization in SAP. Okay. Whatever you are saying, like there are different kind of purchasing departments are there. So because there are no different purchasing departments are there, whatever you have explained, that is a purchasing group. Maybe for different purchasing, you will be having different purchasing group, means those persons are responsible for procuring different kinds of material. But purchasing organization is basically a purchasing department. That will be, you can answer like there will be a standard purchase organization, there will be a central purchase organization, and there will be a reference purchase organization. What is a standard purchase organization? Whenever you are, like when you need a, likewise when I asked you what is the basic criteria to have a purchase order created for in the view of purchasing organization, you have said that it is assigned to plant. So that is basically called a standard purchasing organization. If you have multiple purchasing organization assigned to your plant, then definitely you have to assign some purchase organization as a standard purchase organization. Okay, to let's say to configure the special type of procurement, you need a standard purchase organization. Apart from that, if you have only one purchase organization assigned to the plant, by default it will be a standard purchase organization. Second thing, if you assign the purchasing organization to the company code, that will become a central purchase organization. Okay, so be specific and just like study a little bit more on these kind of things. Okay, next, let's say material master data. What I asked on that. Okay, so material type, it is a very important thing, material type, because in material master we have only material type is controlling all the things, like whatever the control functions, there are 4 to 5 control functions are there, like the number ranges. Somewhat you have answered, but you have not answered the all points. Okay, so you need to prepare on that. Similarly, I have not asked you vendor master data. So vendor master also you have to prepare what are the accounting groups are there, what is the vendor account group and what is the significance of that, why we need that, and what is the control function of vendor account group. So that also you need to study. Okay. Next,
okay, sir.
next is source list. Source list is basically we are assigning a source of supply for a specific period of time. So whenever there is a source list, if we check the indicator assign source in the PR, it will automatically assign the by default source list at that period. Okay. So we need source list for that one. Okay. Quota arrangement next, if we have requirement in bulk, then definitely we are giving the purchase order to different vendor. For that only we need the quota arrangement record. Okay. overall you have explained it well, but you need to be specific to your answer. Okay. Next, let's come to the number ranges. So number ranges, I believe you know, number range is a manual transport. Means whenever you are saving some configuration in SAP, there are three types of transports are there. One is automatic transport. Whenever you are saving a document, the document is automatically, it will generate a transport request and you have to enter a, let's say, description or a transport number, you have to mention it and it will automatically transport. Second one is manual transport. Number ranges and some of the fields are manual transport, so you have to do a manual transporting. So whenever you are maintaining a number range, after that you have to go to the menu bar and from there you have to click on the transport button. It will create a transport button manually, but it will not create it automatically. Then third, there is a third option. Transport request will not happen because there is the request type or the configuration type is a not transport one. So for that one you have to configure each and every system, you have to configure the settings in every server. Okay. So for that, let's say in the release strategy you have this CL02 and CL20 you have. So CL02 whatever is there, you have to maintain it in CL20 in the production server. You have to maintain it. Okay, you need to check with the details. So next one comes, where are we? Number ranges. Okay, that's it. Okay, so next one, subcontracting process. Okay, so in subcontracting process, how you need, how you will need, what is the component for that? There is a concept called BOM, material BOM is there. Okay, so in that material BOM, for which product, which raw materials or semi-finished products is needed, that is mentioned over there. System will find as per that BOM. Okay, what is material BOM is there, it will find as per that settings. So there is no requirement, you cannot say that as per business requirement you will send the material. That is not the process. There is a, there is a PP process. So for that you need a material BOM. So whenever you are supplying like let's say raw material, so definitely for the PO you will be creating the PO for the main material. In the item line it will automatically suggest the raw material as per the BOM. Okay, so that will be your answer, subcontracting process. And consignment process, you have explained it well. Okay, so yeah, so subcontracting process, there was sorry, for the consignment process there was no issues, you have explained it well. And just be sure about the process, like when you are changing the uh, vendor stock to your own stock, just be sure on that. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Next comes to physical inventory, that is also okay. Um, three-way check and two-way check, you are almost to the point and almost correct. But three-way check is basically whenever you are checking in PO GR based IV. Okay. Whenever you select that button or that checkbox, whenever you are setting that, so that is called a three-way check. So in that what happens, so your PO quantity will be compared with your GR quantity and your PO price will be compared with your IR price. Okay, what is the invoicing price is there, price will be compared with invoicing, quantity will be comparing based on the GR quantity. So that is called a three-way check. If the GR based IV is not selected, then the PO price and quantity both will be matched to the IR quantity and IR price. So that is called a two-way check. Okay. Overall, you know the concept, but be specific to your answer. What is the difference and what is the like how the system will check. Okay, that is the thing. And tables, you need to practice little bit more on the tables. So condition table is KONB table is there for conditions. So you need to be little bit more practice on the tables, and I believe I have not asked you about any accounting entries. So if you know, it's better. If you don't know, practice a little bit more on the accounting entries, because You are trying as a fresher, so you need to know all the things. So that's it. And release strategy, as I have already mentioned, there is some settings in CL02 and CL20. Okay. For the CL02 settings, I believe that needs to be configured in the CL20. Just check the details of it. What are the configuration that are non-transportable and that we need to configure it in every system. Then coming to your transport request part. So when I ask you transport request, you have mentioned SCM1, right? The T code.
Yes,
SC,
yes.
okay.
Yes,
So
yes, you are, sir.
SCC1. Okay. So that T code is basically if you have in one server, you are having two clients. Let's say in your development server, you have 100 client and 200 client. So to moving the transport request from one client to another client, which is under one server, you can use that T code. But whenever there is a transport from one server to another server, you just need to release it in SC9 or SC10. That is the T code for that releasing your transport. So once you release the transport, basis team will go to the let's say TMS T code is there. So in that TMS T code, they will move the transport to the next system or next server. So that is the process. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So you need to practice a little bit more. Okay. I believe you are 50% ready and 50% you need to work hard. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, so practice a little bit more and all the best for your future, for your interview. Okay, all the best.